The Apostle Paul reminds early Christians in their new identity in Christ, Jew, Greek, slave free, male, female, are all replaced by their oneness in Christ Jesus, a single body, many members, connected by the one Spirit. Sadly, the church has not made as much progress into this identity of beloved community as we might wish.
I was stunned at how close to home the videos and reading material were to my own life and to the history of my family's life.
On Sacred Ground is one of the most inspirational, eye-opening, and informative classes you will ever take. I highly recommend it.
The Sacred Ground curriculum invites all of us to venture from our small worlds and screens into intentional, brave community where we learn, share our stories, connect our stories to the larger story, lament, heal, and act. Sacred Ground is an invitation rather than confrontation, a journey of transformation rather than one of shame.
I found that the material and the class were very meaningful and that they helped me to have more awareness about my responsibilities to the healing of others who have suffered.
I took part in an On Sacred Ground class with a group from Christ Church in CODY, Wyoming. And man, oh man, were my eyes opened, my heart was troubled, and my world grew way more complex. I'm extremely thankful that I took part in that class.
We now have knowledge to confront aspects of racism when we see them.
Each week, we prepare by reading and watching videos to explore ideas like the roots of Latino identity. Did you know that Anglos were once the immigrants at the border? The complex history of Asian and Pacific Islanders in this country. Ask the folks from Rock Springs about the Rock Springs Massacre, or your friends from Sheridan and Gillette about Tamale Louie, who was given access to the melting pot and the American dream. Ever wonder why so few people of color are in Wyoming? Perhaps there is a racial covenant lurking in your very own deed. The long life of racism. After the residential schools closed, white America continued to legally steal Native children until 1976, and so much more as we wander the path to build beloved community. On Sacred Ground is free. Anyone can facilitate a group. Materials and support are all available online.
I've been a part of a lot of small groups in my life, and very few have had the transformative power that I experienced as a facilitator of an On Sacred Ground small group. I could rant on and on about the content and the structure and all of those things, but why talk about something you can experience yourself? So do it. Start a small group at your church, in your community, with your friends, even online. Can't recommend it highly enough. Opened my eyes, changed my life.
You know, living in Wyoming, in these big, beautiful, wide open spaces, we're often sheltered and protected from the racial storms that occur in bigger cities. And we're often unaware of how deep our own attitudes and beliefs go within ourselves. If you are ready to open your eyes, your minds, your hearts to a heightened understanding of racism in America, then I invite you to join an On Sacred Ground discussion group that we're starting in January of 2022. These discussion groups will occur on Zoom, and they are open to everyone in the diocese. If you're interested, please contact me, Chris Galligan, at yesmotherdear@yahoo.com. That's yesmotherdear@yahoo.com. Let's explore together how loving your neighbor just might change your life.